I'm here at the Japanese Pavilion in São Paulo for the second time. Because the first time I was here, it was closed. But now it's actually open. Você é descendente de japoneses também? Sim. Ok. Porque eu visitando várias cidades com muitos japoneses, muito interessante. Templos.
Ah, tá. Sim. Você foi lá pro lado do Raposo Tavares, Ibirapuera, tem vários lugares.
Sim,
aqui, né?
eu visito Registro, Maringá, Açaí, Londrina,
Paraná.
Maringá, sim.
Paraná também.
Isso.
Eu nasci no Moarama, bem próximo do Maringá.
Ah, interessante.
Nasci bem próximo.
Mas aqui é uma representação,
aqui,
né?
É uma réplica do Palácio Imperial de Kyoto. À direita, lá do outro lado.
Interessante.
Tá? E a construção, a madeira...
Mas o madeira é para Brasil?
Não, no Japão. Foi montado, né? Desmontou e trouxe para o Brasil. Mas a madeira é tudo japonesa e para fazer... Para restaurar, né? Tem que trazer do Japão para fazer o conserto.
Interessante. Ok. Obrigado. Okay, so I'm at the Japanese Pavilion in Ibirapuera Park in São Paulo. And if you're here in Brazil and you want to see some Japanese culture in Brazil and you're only going to be in São Paulo, don't only go to Liberdade. Also come here. It's a very famous park, probably the most famous park in the country. And they have this reconstruction of what the guy just told me is like a Japanese palace from Kyoto. And it was made with wood that was shipped from Japan. Okay, so here we have a little bit of a museum area, some masks. And I don't know what this is. Different pottery. And some katanas. I don't know, this one is shorter, this one is a little bit shorter. I don't know if they call it the same. Oh, preciso uma jesses, né? Sim. Meu sapato, meu canelas aqui? Sim. Ok, tá bom. So here, wheelchair access. Rise up a bit. We have this wooden walk bridge. But it's really beautiful, like super made in super traditional way. I don't know if they originally had glass though. It's just one layer though. There's no tatami here, it's all wood floors. But over there you do have tatami. Yeah, here you have some tatami rooms, but the accessible bits are all wood floor. I presume all this tatami has been made in Japan, while some other places might have tatami that's actually made locally here in Brazil, because that exists as well. Brazilian made tatami. A little courtyard there, I don't know if you can go there. Here we have like a lake, a little fish pond with a bunch of koi fish. And here you have like a net. I'm not sure why exactly. Here you have like a little balcony, kind of, but it's shut off. And most of the building is pretty open. This is another entrance, but it's closed right now. And here you can, from the other side. It's just kind of like to show the kind of building. It doesn't have a lot of decoration, which these buildings didn't necessarily used to have back in the day. Even the sleeping mattresses and stuff, you'd be able to like put them out in traditional Japanese homes. In traditional Japanese homes, you'd be able to like put out these kind of like mattresses or whatever bedding to lay on for the night and sleep on it, and then you'd roll it up in the morning and put it back in the cupboards. Here it seems like they have some different sized holes in the tatami to accommodate for some like areas for pottery, but it might be that there's like the ability to have a fire in that little cube spot. Here it has like labels with numbers on all the plants, probably some way to like look back at like what the types of plants are. And here you have a stone garden, different circles. So the garden is called Honda Brazilian Garden. So it's like named after the car brand. I don't know if it's because of the car brand. Over there you see the walls are a lot more darker, and here they're a lot lighter. So they might be made of a different material. This might be older though, like making it of this material. It's like a stone basically, like a cement of sorts. Here it's wider. See the same on this side. Maybe they bothered to replace this side and not this side. This might be older, that it just colors in the sun over time. Pretty normal modern bathroom. Okay, here you have a little store with like Japanese stuff. Chopsticks, pottery. little souvenirs books. And over there you can buy like food from like little cookies, different kinds of snacks. These are all cookies, yeah, Pokeball cookies. And this is for like your, if you get a coffee or a tea. Oh, you can also get a lunch. I think that sounds good to me. Kare rice. Okay, so rice with curry, and they're more Brazilian pastries. A kare and a, because they also have a bento, but that's different. Because they don't have rice, I think.
É 45. 45 carê.
Ok, bom.
Só?
Sua água é o carê. Isso. Você é uma descendente de japonês também? Pra aqui no São Paulo ou uma outra cidade?
Eu sou de Mogi das Cruzes, outra cidade. Mas eu moro aqui em São Paulo.
Ah, ok.
Crédito, né?
Débito.
Débito. Você fala japonês?
Eu quero aprender. Mas você fala?
Falo.
Ok. Eu sabia palavras como hontoni, arigato, sugoi, kawaii.
Legal, legal. Ai, arigato.
Obrigado. Arigato. Sim.
Qual é o seu nome?
Luiz.
Luiz?
Sim.
Assim que fica pronto, a gente chama você.
Okay. Okay, so I ordered a Japanese curry chicken. I think that's the translation. And now I'm going to walk to the back where they're supposed to have like beehives. The lady told me. Here you see like another side of the building. Here you have like these shutters for the windows. This little maintenance house, I think, sticking out. Here you have some benches on the water. Very nice. And there you have the beehives that you mentioned. Here's some other trees with like information on them. It's from Japan and like what kind of name of the tree and like what species or genus. And here you have some bee houses. Pretty chill. Oh yeah, there's some bee inside. Have different numbers. I think they also have different types in the different bee nests. Here it shows like the regions where the certain bee is like common. Here this one is common in a little bit more of the country. This one a little bit more up north. And here you see the building from the back, and you see that it's again more a bit sandstone color instead of the lighter white as you have in the front. Here you have like a little gardening house that they probably use for maintenance. And here some water tanks, I think, like some big water tanks. Back of the garden. Some birds walking around. And here towards the back you have some geese. I don't know if this is considered part of the area here, or considered something else. Here you've got a rock with Japanese writing on it. I understand some of the kanji characters, the characters of Chinese origin, like this is river, but I can't read hiragana and katakana. The area where I ordered my food. Okay, so here it talks about the trees and like the bushes and stuff that's been planted here for like the Japanese Cultural Center here in São Paulo, and this is the date. And here it will say about the same in Japanese. Obrigado. Still less than $10, but still for Brazilian standards, that's a little bit on the more expensive side. It's not the cheapest you can get stuff, but it's also not the most expensive. So that is a real need when you come and visit Brazil. You have to try not only the Brazilian food, also the Japanese food. The pizzas here, in different variety. You might like them. I didn't. The pão de queijo, which is like cheese bread, which is very, very Brazilian. You should also try the fondue, the German cuisine, the Italian food, spaghettis, the Brazilian meat, like churrasco. There's so many options. And that's the thing here that's really also a part of the culture. Trying the different foods from different countries of like immigrant populations here, not only Brazilian food, but also of its many immigrant cultures. Nicely bringing back this plate. Here we have more stone plaques, this one in Portuguese and this one in Japanese. They're not saying the same thing though, because the number of characters is vastly different. There's something about a plant, and here I have another wooden plaque with Japanese written on it. This one is about a commemoration between Brazil and Japan, and here it says Princesa Sayako, which is like the Japanese princess, or it used to be either of those. And here you have other Japanese writing. I do know that here this is a date, because this means year. Yeah, a little house for like repairs and stuff. I'm getting some coconut water, but in a bottle, because it's a bit easier to walk around with. Just more practical, basically. Isso. Okay, so she filters it through that thing. Obrigado. Huh?
De nada, canudo.
Eu não entendi.
Este.
Não necessário.
Não precisa,
Não,
tá
não
bom.
precisa. Obrigado.
Obrigada a você.
Tchau, tchau. Okay, sweet. Let me drink some. I had this before last time I was in São Paulo. Actually, aside from here, I've only bought it at the supermarket actually. Sweet. It's water, which is slightly sweet and slightly like a coconut taste, but not like overly bad or anything, just slightly. It's very good.